Everybody, this is Dan and Jim here with a little Robozone Extra. So we saw some of the matches at Southfield. We saw the finals on the Robozone TV show. And we thought, hey, Jim Zondag, expert strategist, drive coach for the Team 33 robot, that Notre Dame robot that won the Southfield event. Maybe you could take us through what your strategy was in that final match, what kind of your roles were for the teams, and what you were looking for kind of on the scoreboard during the match to know when you wanted to make specific plays.
Okay, yeah, so really, Dan, the key to this game, at least in the early weeks, is you have to get your three rotors spinning. Mm-hmm. You have to try to score as many points in autonomous as you can, and you have to take all three of those end game bonuses. Yep. So really, I mean, our robot, we have a bit of an advantage where we were only one of the only high volume shooting robots that were at Southfield. And so by virtue of that fact, we chose to take a ball shooting tactic in the autonomous mode rather than trying to score a gear. And we drafted two companions for us, the Birmingham Robot 2960 and the Mech Warriors 573. Both of them had proven that they could hang gears in the autonomous mode, and so we had them attempting to do that. That is a difficult task, and it's not reliable. I don't know anyone who had 100% reliability on doing it. Getting the gear on the peg is actually fairly difficult. Yeah. But that's what we were attempting to do, and our goal specifically for our team was to try to score more than 20 points with the ball stream and autonomous every time to be able to trump the autonomous gears being potentially scored by the other alliance.
So there were a few matches on your run to the finals where your teammates, I believe it was the Birmingham High School teams, Birmingham High School's team, missed the gear in autonomous, yep, costing you 20 potential points there, and you put in less than 20 points in the boiler. Did you ever question your strategy and maybe want to move over and score the gear yourselves?
Yeah, we actually talked about that partway through the finals. We decided to continue on the path that we were on. Some of the things that were plaguing us, like all week ones, even our team, we struggle sometimes with technology. We've got gyroscopes, we got vision cameras, we've got a lot of things going on the robot. We had a couple technical difficulties relating to some of that gear that were compromising our autonomous mode. In the last match, you could see that we did it, and I believe we were the only team in the nation actually to score the entire 40 kPa on the boiler in the playoffs all the way across the nation in week one.
And it paid off too, because in the finals, again, you put up 24 points from shooting in autonomous. 24, of course, more than 20. Yeah. So that strategy gained you a few extra points. What about during the match? We saw in the final match, especially finals 3, you found a time to go back and shoot some more balls. So what are you looking? And as far as the scoreboard, as far as your gear scoring progression, when do you make that switch and become a ball shooter again?
Yeah, really, it's really tough actually with this game. One of the interesting things about this game is the audience has a great view of what's going on. The audience can see the gears on the dashboard. On the airships, the audience can see very clearly when the gears are being pulled up onto the airships. Actually, a lot of that visibility is rather poor for the drivers, so it's hard for us to tell what's going on. We have our pilot in the airship signal us when the sixth gear is on the peg and ascending. At that point, we can cut off knowing that we are probably not going to get 12 based on the status of the clock. At that point, there's no point in scoring more gears, so we may as well switch back to a ball strategy and try to harvest as many points as we can in the remaining seconds before the end game.
Yeah, and it looks like you maybe took a safer strategy, this being week one. When you switched up and went to score those balls, that was an opportunity for your partners, the Birmingham High Schools, as well as 573, the Mech Warriors from Brother Rice and Marion, to go and play some defense. But it looks like instead of sending them far away from your airship, you kind of kept them close so that they were ready to hang. Was that a conscious choice?
Yeah, it really was. We really believe later in the season there's a lot of rules around defense very close to the airships. You're not allowed to touch the ropes. You're not allowed to touch robots that are touching the ropes in the end game. But obviously stopping somebody from accomplishing the end game would just be a total match killer. That would really flip everything in favor of the team playing the defense. So you really don't want your team members to be way downfield in the midst of the opponents as you get close to that end game. A lot of the robots can hang in just a few seconds. Some of them take as much as 15 or 20 seconds to hang, so you want to make sure that you get enough time to do that.
So it sounds like you thought you had enough points with the hangs, so stay home, get your points, win the match.
Yeah, honestly, we were watching the scoreboard during the autonomous mode. We saw immediately that the Riveters had not scored the gear and gotten the propeller going in the autonomous mode. So we were right away at a lead during the autonomous mode. So it was kind of ours to lose at that point. So we were playing a kind of a safe, take the win to the bank strategy in match 3.
Okay, some insider strategies from Jim Zondag. And join us next time for more Robozone extras.
All right, thanks, Dan.